Hey gang, it's Ark. Welcome back to Orb of Creation. Alright, so I have unlocked almost everything in the game at this point. There's a few things that need more time from the dev. This, I don't know if there's anything hidden behind this. I'll probably get that and see if there's anything more. These two upgrades didn't look too good to me. But I am not even close to the limits of the progress that could be achieved. There's a lot of spells that I haven't even used yet. That's a level 1 spell. Got a few of these that are just level 1 spells. There's some that, like this one, I haven't actually used. I just leveled it up a bit for the charm. And there are a few particularly powerful combos that I'm aware of that I've only used to a limited extent. So for instance, this one, I'll go ahead and show you since I have it up. I already did this. You can see my wisdom and resilience have insane costs here. So the idea here is I cast this, which is gives me 52,000% spell power for these, even though these are charm spells, because they have other tags. And also reduces their cooldown, which is nice. And then I cast all 5 of these, and each one, so the first one gives me 1 trillion space for knowledge, which is already 100 times what I've got here. And it also increases the power of the next one I cast by times 1.63. And so then this increases it even more and gives me another times 1.63 multiplier, and so on all the way down to the 5. So by the time we get to this one is multiplied by 1.63 to the 4th power. Which I should not try to do this in my head, but I'm going to estimate that at being somewhere around times 5 or times 6. So I can go ahead and cast these. These last a good little while. Oh, and in order to afford the mana for these, I think the first time around I needed to use this mana potion, which gives me plus 327 million mana per second. But actually, let's make this combo a little bit more powerful for this go-around. Let's go into manage. Let's find these spells. See, these are both divination spells, I think. Oh, I can't level this up anymore because of the space capacity. That's unfortunate. There's not really a good way to deal with this. I don't have any, like, instant effects that deal with the capacity or the quality of space. And let's see, then the other spell I'm using is actually just a charm spell. Whirling Divination, what does it look like? It's got a little... It's all the way down here. This one I can level up a few times, and there's no reason not to. Go ahead and use one of these to get a few more levels. Okay, so now this is going to cost 188 million mana, and... So it's about twice as powerful now. So I should actually be able to make some more progress on this. So then I've also got... okay, so I use the mana potion with these to cast them. I use the charm stone, which increases the effect of every spell that I cast. So it's actually... all of those effects that I just said are going to be stronger. And then this gives me 8,000% mental resource quality, so that then I'm more effective with the knowledge as I spend it. There's a few places where things are limited by knowledge. It's not just in this tab, but I already did this once, so I'm not going to worry about it. We'll try to hunt down a few more of them. So let's go ahead and do this. So I'm going to need the mana potion active after the first 2 or 3 casts. And then we need to do the charm stone first. Okay, so that's all of them active. You can see they're got about 90 seconds to work with here. And then I use this, and I can afford a few more levels of wisdom. Not very much, but... Oh, what just ran... Oh, my potion ran out. That's fine. We can just... We have enough to use a few of these. Okay, get one more level of resilience. Let's go ahead and get some more rest. In fact, I should probably just try to cap this. Okay, sure, concentration. Might as well get some more of that. Now, if I had prepped better for this... Let's see... That uses knowledge. I can probably get a bit more... I think that doesn't matter. Let's just go and buy some of these up. I forgot that these were here, but that's not really using... Let's see, structures. We could get a whole bunch of magic books. I actually didn't try this. Let's see, we got 93 magic books. Let's try... Yeah, I just bought 66 of them. This is actually spending my paper. Yeah, this is not really that useful of a thing to buy. I guess let's go into Alchemy, Transmutation, Transmute Knowledge, and let's just take a look at the... I want to look at the... Yeah, so I can get several levels of this. Okay, looks like I'm actually capped out by control there. Yeah, so if you look, we only had about 800 million of this before. Now, so I've done that combo. Yeah, so it's this one that gave me an additional cap. And then this gives me more mana per second. So you can see the total effect of this is 104,000%. Which is why I'm earning this at such a high clip. In addition to the rest, which gives me another big boost. You can look at the rate here, and I think the rest actually applies separately. Let's see here. Yeah, so we get the 104,000%, which dwarfs everything else. And then on top of that, we get another 2,000% when we're at rest. And because of the cooldown effect on this, I can already go ahead and do that again. Now, I didn't check last time. I wonder what the cooldown on these... Oh, that's not... Wow, that's really nice, actually. Okay, so that doesn't really take that long to do. Right, so here's some other stuff. So another combo I had used, I'm not even sure I still have it up here. Now, because I had been using this combo a whole bunch, and I'm still doing that to a certain extent. But there's another spell that I was using. Let's just get off of this. I believe it's the second one. Yeah. Arcane Inspiration. This is a really strong one because this is not a charm spell. Which means there's a lot of ways to boost the strength of this. Now, unfortunately, most of them don't affect that times 3.68 thaumaturgy capacity there. But leveling it up does affect that. And if you chain together 4 or 5 of these, you can get quite a bit. I don't think I have a good way to increase the quality of that. So you can kind of see what I've been able to achieve. Yeah, so when I was doing only this, so that was probably all 6 of them, I was able to get up to 6 trillion, which is just about 1,000 times what I can hold. And this is really strong because this gives me a total of over 7,000% extra mental resources, which is actually affecting... now I'm not sure. Yeah. So it's a rate of 4.48 from these two things. And then it's increased by a total of 8,000%. So times 80. Yep, that looks about right. So those are two of the combos, and then there's another combo that I haven't really done yet. And I'm planning to do that now. Before we get into it, though, I want to talk about some of the things that are limiting my progress. So first of all, rituals. So there's a few things in here that are useful. The ones that just give you... So these two that just give you flat amounts are kind of useless. And this one I don't care about. I haven't even run this yet. I should probably try it once just to see if it unlocks anything, but I don't think that there's anything else right now to unlock. But so this one gives me... ceremony per second. Which in and of itself is not that useful, but because I can spend this to increase my zeal, that does allow me to eventually run more rituals. So that's sort of useful. I guess you could argue that this one is also strong for the same reason. But this is a one-time effect, whereas this lasts forever. And then these two increase my soul and space capacities. Realistically, space is the one that is more interesting. Soul is somewhat useful, but I'm never going to run out of soul capacity because I have the ability to buy these two upgrades. And these scale at 1% and 2%, just like the others. I mean, I guess eventually the soul cost of these might approach my cap, given a long enough time. And then at that point, I would need to either use that one upgrade, or we also have access to research expert occultist here that gives times 1.8 to my soul capacity. This is actually the stronger one to use because this also gives elementalism effect, which is pretty strong upgrade. Elemental resource capacity. So that increases the amount of these 3 resources that I can hold. I don't think any of this other stuff is considered elemental. Alright, so anyway, the thing that's holding me back is that you can only hold a very small amount of this, and it is produced very slowly. So you can see, like, if I just select my combat loadout here, and this takes a while to do because I have to switch everything out. We'll just throw a Fury Potion in there, and I guess I'll use a Dragon... Well, I'm not going to need this, so I'll just leave that empty for right now. But if we go to the rituals, and let's just run a... I guess I'll run a Curiosity. And so basically the way this goes is that I just cast a spell that kills everything. And I do that 5 times. And then that's it. And so you can see I can do this a few times. But mostly my progress is held back. Whoops, guess I need more power. I got a lot of ways to get more powerful. For instance, that gives me enough that I can hit for like 10 times their health. Let's cancel that effect. Guess I'll go ahead and run a third one. Might actually need to use those potions now. Okay, so we're running a bit more per second now. We got some additional spectral dust and stuff. But you can see now I have to wait, like... Say I'm learning less than half per second, so I have to wait about 12 minutes for this to fill up. Just to be able to do 3 of those. So I'm getting really held back by this. And then the other thing that holds me back is research. So the idea here is, you know, sure, I can come in here and I can spend, like, I could pay this to start this. But then once I do that, I have to wait a long time to be able to start the next one. And yeah, I can easily afford these. Let's just pick something to do. I guess since I'm already working on expert wizardry, we'll just go ahead and finish this off. I think this might be the one that I needed for that last, one of these upgrades. That's expert storm. That's expert scholar. I guess I didn't need it. But yeah, and the really rough part of these is that the cap is so low that if I'm trying to play, unless I just constantly click back to here, I'll come back and this will be full. And then, so that'll be partially wasted. Alright, so as you can see, there's a ton of stuff going on in the late game of this, and I'm never going to get to all of it. So let's actually start with one of the things that I wanted to talk about. Right, so research stations. I'm going to try to set up... I have not done this yet, but I'm going to try to set up a spell combo to be able to buy a whole bunch of these in the hopes that that will alleviate some of the issues that I'm having with my research. So the wood costs are probably going to be taken care of by a single cast of that one spell. Crucifetra's precision, that's going to be 64% wood quality. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. Okay, and so then for the spark costs, I have 2 ways to make these less of an issue. Actually, I've got a couple of things. Let's just go through and set them all up. So let's go to a loadout. I guess I had started to set this up. I don't know if I ever tried this. This is far from optimal. Okay, so let's go to artifacts. So the first thing is I definitely want to be using the energized cloak because of the spark quality, among other things. I mean, I guess I could use this, but I don't think it matters. That's never going to generate a significant amount of spark because I'm not casting spells that are that, well, 2.35 per level. It's probably not going to matter. Whatever. Okay, so the cloak. Let's see, the static fields are non-charm, but that times 4.11 spark capacity. That's not going to be influenced by spell power. That's going to be influenced by levels. So I think it's fine to leave this on Oh no, we want the charm spell power because we're probably going to cast a charm here. Let's see. Expansion and Storm. Takes a while to set these effects up. Let's just look through all the charm spells and see if anything affects Expansion or Storm. Actually... No, because even if it gives spell power, it's not going to matter. Alright, let's get rid of these and replace them with heavy voltaic effects. Or no, they're... Shoot, where is it? Expansion. Static field. Take a look at the... Okay, so the cost is in Spark. Times 4.11. As I level this up... Okay, so that gets significantly better with levels. So I want to level it up as much as possible. Alright, so we got some work to do here because I need to create some... Alright, I unlocked this new thing. Repeating. I haven't even played around with that yet, but... let's throw Scholar and Small on a few static fields. And we're just going to level these up for a bit. Actually, given that this costs only Spark, I might be able to level this up a whole bunch. We're going to need additional production. Okay, so clearly just getting the cap is not going to be enough. I've got a bunch of spare alchemical capacity right now, so let's just run many, many copies of Transmute Spark. And let's level this up as much as possible as well. What is this costing me? Not much of anything. Alright, so it looks like I'm now capped out in terms of control. So I'm not going to be able to get Transmute Spark up any higher than that. Without getting some other effects. We can still level up the... Let's see, cooldown on these is 180 seconds. Alright, I'm going to temporarily drop out this Recifitra's Precision, and we're going to go Hasten. I'll just type it in. It's faster to find it that way. Just run a couple of basic Hastens. These should just pretty much instantly deal with the cooldowns on those. These are non-charm. I'm not sure what's up with that. Okay, so we got them all running. That gives me a total of 8.27 capacity. What happened to my capacity? Oh, I guess the fourth one ran out. Okay, so now we gotta wait for this to fill up. And actually, let's throw in an elemental brew. This gives me a bunch of additional quality on my Spark. Okay, so it looks like I'm going to need 4 of these, and then a spell to actually generate the Spark. Which could either be the Spark generation spell, or just a transmutation thing. Alright, so I'm actually above cap on that now. I think because my transmutation is so strong already, that I think I just want to use a spell that will give me... Alright, let's hasten these to get rid of the cooldowns. close enough. So condensed time, level 9 gives me 27,000% transmutation speed. I think I actually prefer this because transmutation power... let's see, those aren't alteration spells. No, speed is actually probably better. I think I already have a lot of transmutation power, so this might not have as strong of an effect. I don't think this is going to cause any of my costs to scale out of control. Maybe in refinement? But that's okay, since we're not really using refinement. Alright, let's see. This has a 90-second cooldown. Let's go ahead and make this extended, so that it lasts... Yeah, because I want this to last a while. The rest of Feature's Precision is only going to last for a few seconds, though. Let's see. 29 seconds. Yeah, I actually don't need that, because 14.8 is going to be more than the other spell will last. Alright, so let's just run a heavy surge, condensed time. This is going to have a very long cooldown. Everything here is going to have a really long cooldown. But what can you do? Alright, so it's going to be these 4 to generate the space for Spark. This one to generate the Spark itself. And then a Rest of Feature's Precision to give me the wood quality. These are all charm spells, so I'll use the Charm Stone. I need the Elemental Brew for when I buy the research stations to lower the spark cost. Let's see, anything else that's going to have a big effect? Building resource quality, even if wood, I don't think that wood is a building resource. I think that might be it. I kind of always have this in slot 1 because it comes up so much. Alright, well hopefully this pays off. So here we have some research. I'm just going to go and buy the one I can afford. Okay, so here we go. Let's give this a shot. Before I do this, let's head over to research. Like I said, you get into things and you just lose track of what's possible. All right, I'm not going to do that one yet. I'm not going to do this one yet. What do I want to work on? The thing is, most of these don't really have... Oh, I know. Expert Scholar was the one that I needed. Let's see. Oh, but this eats up my mana. What do these cost? 303 million spark? Yeah, it's basically nothing. 20 million mana, 32 million mana. Alright, so I can just go ahead and be working on Expert Scholar. This is going to have basically no effect on my stats. Alright, research station, here we come. We're just using these 2. And let's go for it. Hopefully I don't do something to screw this up. Expansion Storm. Low Nature Charm. Okay. That's cast. Getting plenty of that now. This features Precision. Then the stuff on there, 13, 3, and then a bunch more. And unfortunately, even with the precision, we ran out of wood costs far before anything else. Well, that's disappointing, actually. So even with, let's see. Oh, wow, that's crazy. This costs 177 billion. So the thing about these spells is that the first one does a huge amount, but then the next one only makes it essentially twice as cheap. So for every additional one of these spells that I cast, I get maybe 1 or 2 additional stations. And I just bought like 13, 16, 17, 18. I'm going to say about 18 of them. I could go back and look at the number I had before. But yeah, so even if, say, because this is, every cast I did was... Oh wait, why does that say 8.46 times? Oh, because the first one is twice as powerful from the Blast Wand? I really should have gone and invested in some other things that require spark while I had 12 trillion of that. I could have gotten a whole bunch of levels of... I mean, I can still get a whole bunch of levels of this, but I could have gotten way more. Not that it really matters. This is having very little effect on my mana rate. But in 8 minutes, we can go do that again. That's not too bad, I guess. Alright, let's get rid of this Charm Stone. Yeah, I could have gotten some more agility. A few other things that cost spark. One thing I'd really like to see is a way for you to, like, be able to group some things together. Like, you have your own place over here, just called home, and you can go there, and so, like, depending on what you're trying to do, like, if I was trying to do this whole thing, I would grab this, I would grab agility, I'd grab, casting resonators. Oh, this would have been a really good thing to work on. Oh, this would have been so good. Because I can afford so much of this. Okay, I'm gonna have to do this again. These are huge because these give charm spell power. It's at 25% right now. I could probably buy another 50 of these and get that up to like 60 to 80% or so. Because it grows, but... Or no, it doesn't grow. Never mind. But it would still be pretty strong. This does scale with one of the upgrades over here. Reinforced, I think. Yeah. Okay, so that was just one of the things that we can do. I want to show off some of the other stuff that I've been thinking about. So let's go to a new loadout. Let's just use one of these Recifitra's precision loadouts. I'm going to get rid of all these. This is just my paper crafting, and anytime I need to buy stuff that costs only skill or wood. But I don't need that many copies of it now that we have so many other things to do. Alright, so I got a few ideas for where to go with this, but I think what I want to do first is the herbalism. Let's just get rid of this tag so I can see everything that affects herbalism. Looks like it's only coiling growth. Alright, so before we start here, let's just create a Scholar Small. A couple of these. What's the cooldown on these? 48.5 seconds, that's fine. So let's just cast a couple of these to get some more levels. All right, looks like we need to actually use the memory mixture. And then... okay, I think I'm going to call that good. This is already level 14. Each one costs 131 million mana, and that's actually going to be more expensive once I put some stats on it. So this gives herbalism, power, and speed. So let me just turn these off. And I'm thinking, so for these, I do want to get them as strong as possible. Because the herbalism speed doesn't scale with power, but the herbalism power will. And I think what I can use is, even if these are really expensive, I can just use a mana potion. So let's try creating these heavy surged. They're going to cost 561 million mana each. But I can use a mana potion during the casting, and that won't be an issue. Why did my max mana go up so much? Must have gotten some upgrade that did that. Oh, the research I completed gives me additional wisdom effect. This one gives times 1.4 the wisdom effect. Let's go ahead and finish up Expert Scholar while we're doing this. Let's see. Yeah, technically that's going to cost me some mana, but whatever. Okay, back to the loadout. This is heavy, voltaic, coiling growths. I think I just want all of them, right? And then we want the charm stone again. We're gonna want a mana potion for casting. And then we're gonna want... Let's see, that gives 1.26 times herbalism speed. That might be the best thing to use. Okay, so I use a charm stone and an alchemist stone with my mana potion. Now, I currently, one of the things I did not too long before I started recording is I went in and I took out all of my mutagens. These all cost herbalism slots. And what I didn't realize about the way these work, essentially when you raise the level on these, the cost goes up by times 1.5, and the recipe time is multiplied by 2/3. So that 3/2 and 2/3 essentially cancel out to make it so that the net, how to put this? I guess I want to say the net cost per progress stays the same. So it's essentially always worth it to level these up. Especially since, so you can see the effect here, total effect 495%. Skill quality. I don't even have this in. If I hit this, that goes up. So it retroactively has that effect. So it's worth it to go in and hit these even if you're not currently using them. I don't know if I have any others. I guess I should just go ahead and hit all the ones that I can. Usually they're not going to be available. Now this one, well, yeah, because we're not using it. That's fine. Let's go ahead and level that up. Okay, so then the other thing about these is every time they complete, the time increases. So it's best, because you still have to pay the same cost regardless. Once these take a long time, it's best to take them off and only put them back in when they're going to complete quickly. Because you're paying a lot for very little extra when they take a long time to do. So later on, when I'm much more, like when I'm way stronger, I can put all these in, level them up a bunch, get a whole bunch of extra stuff, and then take them back out. And then I won't be constantly spending these costs, right? Because this is costing me, what's this called? Dark Thistle, Mage Bloom, and Dreamberry is, yeah, this one here. So if I don't want to pay those costs, I can just not have these in. Then when I'm strong enough to complete them very quickly, I can just pay those costs for just a few seconds and then take them back out. I'm not 100% sure I've done that correctly, like that I fully understand how this works, but I'm pretty sure that that's right. I'll do a test of it a bit later on. All right, this episode has already gone really long. Let me just try to finish. I do want to do one of these. So the point there was that I have a whole bunch of verdant capacity left, and the only thing to put it in is herbalism. And since I'm about to do a big herbalism push, let's just try to get everything even. So I'm going to go to herbalism. I'm not going to do Ectocap. Actually, I'm going to put Ectocap in briefly just to level it up. But we're not going to do this as part of our push because I don't want to spend all the ceremony. So let's see. We can just see what the cost is there. And then once it gets to ridiculous, I'll just take it back out. Actually, it looks like... Yeah, I don't really care enough to mess with that. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to ditch this. Okay, so no Ectocap. Just make sure that the costs of all of these are things I can afford. I think these are all fine. So let's see. Let's get up to 10 of everything, and then I'll decide where to go from there. I need a bunch of Mage Bloom. Wizard Tree just gives me wood and wizard bark. I'm probably going to keep this one lower than the others. I'll take it up to 10, and then we'll kind of evenly level everything else up. Okay, it looks like we're out of capacity over here. Let's take out a bunch of my space transmutations. I don't need these right now. Ditch one of the transmute... Actually, two of the transmute magics. Ditch a transmute amber for right now. Although I definitely want to put another one of those in later. Alright, that should give me enough space to finish these off. Let's do a few more Dreamberries, a few more Dark Thistles. Okay, good enough. Now, last thing here. Okay, so this seems to all be going pretty well. You can see what the rates are there. I guess if I'm about to do this, we should invest some into rapid growth. We can probably take this up to 85. And let's see, cultivation. Take that up to 15. Okay, I think I'm going to leave all that right there for right now. I think there might be some upgrades in the workshop that also affect this. Let's see, structures. Yeah, we got a bunch of things that scale. A bunch of different stuff here. But I think for right now we're good. Oh, we can do cognitive paper now. Yeah, let's just buy this. So that's Scholar's Book and Thaumic Volume. Yeah, I didn't think there was anything hiding behind that. For this one, we still need Storm. Alright, so we're going to use these two crystals, and then we're going to use the mana potion to cast all these spells. And we don't really have to do anything. So right now we're earning, let's see, about 1 million, 2 million, 200,000. And then, what does the other one produce? All right, one last thing to do before we get into here, which is we can level these up a bunch. Since I don't have my thing equipped currently, I'm not going to worry about leveling them all the way up. Let's see, what is this costing me? Basically nothing. Yeah, I should use my spells to come in and level all this up, but for right now, I just want to do this. So, yeah, 1 million, 2 million, about 300,000. And Wizardry produces wood and wizard bark. So the wood doesn't matter, but the wizard bark we'll just keep an eye on. I'm getting some from bark, but that's not going to have much of an effect. All right, 124 seconds, 192 seconds. All right, let's do this. So those are both in effect now. We can cast all of these. Use my mana potion to get the mana to cast the rest. What am I out of? Wait, what happened? Oh, it costs mana per second. Well, that was an expensive mistake to make. Is it just me, or did I gain a huge amount of Dreamberry? I'm gonna have to go back and look at the recording. Alright, so let me think about how to do this. These are costing 455 million mana. This gives 327 million per second. But basically, I need to cast the first 3 of these. Let it run for a bit, use the mana potion, cast as many as I can. And then I'm only going to get a very short duration on it, but I want to see what the boosts are. All right, let's just change my loadout. We'll just ruin this one too. I'm off by 1. Okay, so we got Heavy Surge, just generate all these, casting, these stones. I guess I better wait for this Alchemist stone. I'll just keep the... No, I'll just cancel both these. We'll just start fresh. I'm wondering, do I have anything that I could do? There's probably a way to deal with this drain other than just mana potions. All right, let's give this a shot. Oh, they already went on cooldown. That's unfortunate. All right, let me see if I can use another mana potion here. And still get the effect of these. That's 156 million, 288 million. 914 million per second. Billion. Yeah, okay. So these are going insane. Okay, so that's actually really strong. The only thing I need to do, because let's see, how long can these last for? 76 seconds. I could create an absolutely ludicrous quantity of these. You know what? One of the things that gets us is magic resource rate and magic resource quality. That's exactly what I need. Because that'll affect my mana rate and the amount that I have to spend on those. Now, this is not something, like I can't buy just a ridiculous amount of these, but I can certainly buy a lot more than I could before. So that's up to level 90. And that does scale by 1% per level. Let's see what else I can buy with those resources. So Dark Thistle gives me something. in the workshop tab. Thistle Artificer. So this gives skill capacity, crafting power, and refinementship increases refining power. All right, I'm actually going to cut this here just because the episode is really long. As you can see, there's just an insane amount of stuff to do here. I'm just now starting to use some of these more powerful combos. And the stuff I said about the research and everything stands. My main problem with this is just I want to play the game. I don't want to wait, and I don't want to have to like constantly think about like, oh, it's been a very short period of time. I have to go back and I have to click on the next thing yet again. I just want to play. So if there was a way to queue these up potentially, or if I could accumulate extra beyond this, but then I couldn't spend more than this amount at once, that would also be fine. That would accomplish the same thing. And the same thing for Zeal, actually. It's just, I don't want to constantly have to come back here to use this so that it doesn't get wasted. I want to spend the time on the thing that I'm currently working on. But yeah, I'm pretty excited about this. Let me see, what does Dreamberry go into? I think that was something pretty powerful. Yeah, Alcomic Mastery. This is actually huge because there's a spell that increases refining power. So I should be able to use that to get a large amount of Occult Essence. And this is going to increase my levels of Alchemic Command, which gives me control capacity, which is going to let me get more of this, which will give me more alchemical... Yeah, Transmute Power and Mutagenic Mastery. That's going to give me more power to my mutagen effects. I feel like I can scale practically infinitely from here, just because with all the self-scaling of all of this, with the times 1.01 or times 1.02, and the sheer number of different things that feed into each other, it just feels like there's always going to be some way to make a large amount of progress. This will probably be the last video for a while. I may come back with one final update, just like I did for my version 0.4.5, where I came back at the end with just, you know, all my stuff was completely insane. I mean, it already feels like I'm there, but I think I can push this a lot further. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thanks for watching.